Hey everybody, welcome back to Crypto Events Announcements. I'm Eugene, your crypto MC. Please welcome my today's distinguished guest. He's broadcasting from California, United States, and his name is Mr. Richard Ramos. He's developer and marketing specialist at Cricketrade, and he also will be the distinguished speaker at the AI and Blockchain Summit, the third edition of the renowned Swiss Blockchain Leadership Summit, hosted by InnMind and Nelio Lobo team in Barcelona, Spain in November 19, 20, and 21st. Mr. Ramos, it's a great pleasure and honor for me to have you on the interview.
Likewise, thank you for having me on your show.
For those guys, first of all, who may be not familiar with you, could you please give us a bit intro, tell about yourself, who you are, and what are you working on right now in the blockchain space?
Yeah, great. I've been in the technology industry since 1985. I actually did programming by contract individually. I worked with financial institutions, banks, the military. And in 1995, when the internet started, I launched one of the very first internet companies in the world here in California, where we did full service computer programming. We built the websites and eventually moved into multimedia, doing the video online. And as far as for myself, I kind of migrated over into doing more marketing. And a few years back, when the blockchain technologies were starting to come to be, I got involved with it from day one because I was very curious. I was very curious where it was going to go, and I was curious as to how fast it would we would have mass adoption. And so I got involved, on everything from the trading to mining and a little bit of everything, just trying to figure out which direction the industry was going to go. So that's kind of a snapshot of my background. So I've been in technology for over 30 years.
That sounds great. What are your main reasons? Why did you decide to take part in AI and Blockchain Summit in Barcelona as a speaker?
The main reason was some of my business partners. We've been working on different technologies, mainly behind the scenes with corporate clients. We have a lot of NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, and we help to develop different strategies, everything from the marketing side to the technical side. And what interested me most is that, we developed some software over the last couple of years. Some of our partners have been using it, and they've, on the trading side alone, in the last 18 months, they did over $1 billion in transactions, not income, but $1 billion in transactions that were trading, that were traded on the markets. And we used very specific algorithms that ended up working very, very well. But one of the things that I noticed that with a lot of blockchain technologies, it reminds me of the beginning when I first started in computers in 1985. You would buy a PC Junior, and it came with 6 boxes of manuals, and it was very difficult. And now you move forward 30 years. You buy a smartphone, you buy an Apple computer. There's no manuals. You turn it on and it works. But I think the technology right now in our peers have kind of gone backwards. And they made it so difficult, where the whole point here was to make it transparent and to make certain technologies available to people all over the world that are not bankable. And so our goal here was, since we proved that our algorithms work, we've taken a step back, and we said, okay, how can we simplify this so the average person, anybody, can participate in the market without having a lot of experience, and then lowering the risk, lowering the barrier of entry so they can try it out. So we developed a system that basically we give away for free. They can check their balances on their exchanges. There's no charge for that. Some companies charge for that. There's no reason that you have to do a 2FA on every single account. Sometimes you create errors doing that. Here you can do it all from one simple app. We also let them participate and use our trading technology for free. They can do paper trades. They can run simulations so they can see that, wow, this really works. And then when they decide to jump in, the option is there for them to jump in and be able to use our technology. And we do it in a very unique way, where there's companies out there that have like these copy traders, where you can copy what the other person is doing. But the problem is, what if that person starts doing something wrong? And the average person, they go to work, they come back at night, and a lot of their money's gone. So we take a reverse approach to that, where instead of copying the trading from one person, you can benefit from the network as a whole to see what's working, what's not. And then you either decide to participate or not. So we basically try to simplify everything to help people all over the world, because we already went all over the world. We went to over 100 countries. You know, a lot of people using our program, but you have to train them face to face. And we realize that a lot of these people, they're sitting on the sidelines, they're being left out because some things are too complicated. So we have to, I think we have a responsibility in the industry to make it easy. And that's the only way we're going to get mass adoption of anything that we do. What they're doing is that they get too caught up in the technology, because their exit strategy is to build something. Hopefully a big company swallows them out. They make billions of dollars. That's great, but we want to serve the people.
Well, I totally agree with you. And you have reminded me of my computer youth in the middle of 90s. Let's get back to Barcelona. What topics and issues will you be covering during your speech on the stage of Barcelona?
The top ones are going to be on the marketing side, and really addressing kind of a general audience, again, about the user interfaces. You know, because if we simplify our models, if we simplify our user interfaces for the end user, we will be able to accomplish our goals a lot faster, because the word of mouth to me is more important than just running a lot of ads to try to get people to use our software. And what I mean by our software, I mean everybody that's there trying to sell some technology to a mass audience. So a lot of it's going to be on marketing, you know, ease of use, you know, toning it down so we can reach a broader audience.
How do you think, what are the main trends or main destinations or directions our young and highly developed blockchain industry is moving on towards that now worldwide?
Well, we see a lot in obviously in fintech, right, in financial technologies. There's a lot of people, a lot of millennials going in that direction. They see a lot of money there. You know, everybody's looking to the halving of Bitcoin in May of 2020. So there's a big race for people to try to get things out there. So a lot of people are, you know, I feel that the bulk of the people are looking at financial transactions in one shape or form. But with that, again, you know, to me, I want to go back to simplicity. You know, we're making it too difficult for, you know, for people to get involved, and even for people who are getting involved on the programming side, they're not sure which direction to go, because there's, you know, everybody supposedly has something unique that they're doing in the space, and I think it's gonna, if we go too deep in that direction, it'll be years and years before we can reach, you know, millions and millions of people with our technologies.
Well, and finally, Richard, whom will you recommend to visit AI and Blockchain Summit here in Barcelona? What type of person would mostly benefit from attending this amazing event?
Anybody that's interested in living in the future, because at the event we will have a lot of there's a lot of vendors there, obviously from different areas. We're approaching it obviously from finance, but there's people there from medical. There's a lot of different things going on, and you know, educators, people that are educating, teaching, you know, blockchain or talking about blockchain, you know, to their students is very important, because when I first started in business, what I wanted to learn didn't exist. So the only way to get to where I wanted to go, you just had to figure it out. I couldn't go to school to learn this. Well, right now the problem is schools are trying to retain students, but if you can't give them information that's 6 months old, that's a year old, because that really doesn't benefit them. So educators, you know, if they can come out and learn what's coming in the next 6 months to a year, it's very important, because I think that'll set up it'll set the bar a little bit higher for our students to be able to really build the technologies that we need, so we can all benefit as a society as a whole.
So ladies and gentlemen, please accept this wise advice of Mr. Richard Ramos. If you are future oriented, if you do understand the importance of education in the new blockchain era, and if you want to try to know how to simplify this scientifically area, please attend AI and Blockchain Summit in Barcelona, Spain, November 19, 20, and 21st. Meet Richard Ramos personally. And by the way, we can also meet with you at other events. Please check the cryptomc.com and find their list and list of their promo codes for discounts. And subscribe to my Facebook page and YouTube channel, and stay tuned for next speaker's interview regarding this event and other event. Mr. Richard Ramos from Cricketrade, California. Eugene Ramanyanka about you. Thank you for watching. See you in November 19, 20, 21st in Barcelona, Spain at the AI and Blockchain Summit. Stay tuned. Stay crypto. Try to simplify it. Educate yourself. And thank you very much, Mr. Richard Ramos.
Thank you for having me on the show.